MMG Season 5 is done, and I think it is about time for a recap. We have teams to crown and teams to clown. That's a terrible rhyme, I know. I'm not good at intros, so let's just get started. This is the most indecisive sun I have ever seen in my life. After failing to qualify on a tiebreak and starting the B-League in 15th, you look doomed. Somehow you got 7 top 8 finishes in a row following that, including a golden team pursuit. You gotta find the pattern to when you rise and when you set, and you better rise in time for the qualifiers next season. Given your alternated qualifying record, I have decently high expectations for you. Nathaniel Nanny saying your name in every one of his videos is the best part about you. You were on one of the least notable teams this season. Sure, you were pretty consistent, got 9th overall in the B-League and a much needed improvement over last season's 15th, but you just didn't do it in an exciting way. You got some 4th place finishes, but always seemed to be barely shy of the podium. This is the first time in my life seeing boulders roll uphill, but if the hill isn't low enough, you might roll right back down and right into the basement. Watch out, boulders. I guess all of their stingers broke after using them too much in Season 1, and now they're all dead. Like, seriously, you guys can't even fly anymore. You managed to rack up a total of 72 points and had a shot at doing worse overall than the Balls of Chaos in Marble League 2022. Your highest finish in any event was 6th. With all the hate you guys get, you might as well live up to your hashtag and go buzz off. You've been living like actual beasts during the winter. They don't show up until the very end of it. I would say we're seeing you in the basement next season, but with your dumb qualifying luck, we probably won't. So you decide to be competent again. At least you're a former champion that now knows what they're doing. After a really bad Season 3 and then failing to qualify, you proved this season that you were not to be messed with this time. Getting 5th place without any form of gold medal is a great achievement to have. You were even in contention for an overall podium up until the very end. Now that you survived the Champions Curse, you need to look out for another one that's also very permanent in MMG, the close to auto qualifying curse. Good luck in the qualifiers. You will need it. It will take more than just a single blow to put this team out. Ever since you started competing, you've cemented yourself as one of the toughest MMG teams to beat. After a very solid opening season, where just barely missed the podium due to a choke, you weren't going to give up so easily. The main reason why you didn't win is because your second half wasn't the greatest, and the rampage absolutely popped off. You were 2 elimination rounds survived away from winning the whole shebang-a-bang. But second place is still better than 30 other teams, and you are auto-qualified. Better hope that you're not out of whack yet. You really did end up escaping by the skin of your teeth. A crow's teeth, if you will. Count your lucky stars, every single relegation team bottled their chance in the elimination race, because you may well have gotten relegated right there on the spot. You finished 16th in this event for the 3rd time in a row. How you are so pathetic at this, I have no idea. But if you solid results in the other events, save your spot for next season. This was basically just like the Bulls if you turn one of their solid finishes into a 16th, but you've still done the bare minimum, so you're going to qualifiers. So looking forward to that. The B-League isn't complete without you, Lilies. You've been awful after awful ever since the start of Season 3. Do you really think you can make it as a team in this Wait, can you repeat that? What do you mean that the Lilies aren't relegated? They got a gold medal in the fun of endurance? Oh, this team. Well, big whoop. You survive and you only have Dazzle to thank for that. Without their great finals performance, it will be dazzling lover for you. Now you're going to the qualifiers again. Thanks for giving everyone in your group stomping ground, I guess. You are so not making it. This was a good thing to see. Even though it's only 9th, your first appearance in the main league, since vertical filming did not go bad at all. As a big fan of you, this satisfies me. Your highlights of the season included winning a golden duo descent and playing a massive spoiler in the championship battle. Other than that, just kind of mediocre. But you've proved with the season that 3rd in the B-League wasn't going to be the eternity for you. While I won't get my hopes up, I am great at jinxing other teams, so who knows? Maybe you can make it back next season. Finally, we are getting into the better teams. You are the only MMG team that has a 100 overall podium rate, admittedly only in 2 seasons, and you're one of 3 teams to podium overall in both of the leagues. Your start was very shaky and pretty bad, only to follow it up by not getting a single finish outside of the top 6 from Event 8 on. You really decided to kick some ass in this rookie year, and you're hosting next season too. I would say I'm excited to what you have in store, but given my role in this comp, I already know. Good luck hosting, since, well, we've seen that it can be tough. Anyway, for now, you are auto-qualified. Speaking of hosts, this team apparently hosted this entire league. If that is true, it's the best thing they have done in their career by far. You decided that you should have had a bottom 4 finish a while ago and finished in 14th with just 1 silver. For a home team, this is pathetic. And as someone who really likes you, it saddens me. I've seen you do better than whatever this is. Good luck in the qualifiers, I guess. You might be getting that luck on your side, but something you don't have on your side now is my hope. Finally, they decided to give other people a chance. It wasn't looking like it early on with those back-to-back goals, but you had a big slump following that and finished in 8th. Now, all things considered, this is still not at all a bad placement, but for the first time since Season 3, Ground Garden filling in qualifiers is a possible thing to happen. With how skilled you tend to be no matter what pressure you're under, it should be a walk in the park to qualify. And I just jinxed them. Damn it. Well, either way, you still have those back-to-back championships to hold on to forever. For my autism sanity, please don't blow this. Well, that sure was a comeback. You'll finish 3rd overall if you account for the Marshmallow Miracle error. Now, for the first time since your debut, you get to go to qualifiers. But let's be real here, Blade came in 3rd. The captain showed exactly why they have that role, with gold medals in both the obstacle race and elimination race, completely saving your season, or possibly even a back-to-back relegation. I don't think many good things will come for them, but if they qualify for Season 6, it will be interesting to see how they do. You were asked to do something relevant, and decided to go down the relegated path. Why? Well, guess what? You're just incompetent. Whoop-de-doo, you got 2 top 4 finishes in a row with a bronze. Congratulations, you are officially the worst team this season with a medal. You even had a chance. The final event was an event you got a silver in Season 4. But guess what? Lion, the exact marble that got that silver, right when they needed it, now got 11th. You should have gotten that silver and you'd be safe again. You would be going to qualifiers. You would have another chance to finish dead last in your group. I am completely sick of the government jokes, and somehow it is still the most likely reason this team will ever make me laugh. Of all teams, this is the hardest one to judge. They won the B-League while also not really winning the B-League. An error in the final event would have caused you to drop to 5th. Ignoring all of those shenanigans, you had a great comeback this season, and it's no marks the fact that across both MMG leagues there have been more championships won by a team that doesn't end on S compared to teams that do. Take that fact or leave it. Still, I'm still not too sure if I should call you a champion. You not being irrelevant is a miracle already. This team took the first rip in the B-League in their history. But they decided that being like the Bullets is lame and proceeded to get a top 10 in every single event. And that is considering you fired your manager midway through thanks to the horrible discoveries that were made about that exact person. Even though other people might tell you that you look like crap, you've proven me enough that you're a solid enough team that had a slip in qualifiers. Hazers, you can learn from this. Failing in qualifiers does not feed you with the need of giving up. The best thing that happened to you since your career was not being the Sharknadoes and Ramen calling you e-girls. God, I love Celeste streams. You are eternal mediocre this season. 2 silvers were barely enough to place you in 10th and out of relegation. But you will need to work on your consistency. At least you'll handle the 4th place curse better than the sinkers. There's really not that much to say about you misfits. The amount of people that remember you is the same amount that remember Crystal, called the Gothitelle E-Girl in PML Season 3. Good luck in the qualifiers, I guess. After 5 straight B-League teams, we head to a team that may as well have been in the B-League. Full points. What the fuck was this shit? You were paid your many fans handsomely with 77 points in 16 events. This would be dead less than literally any other MMG season, but you could count your lucky stars that you were auto-qualified because you may well have been relegated without it. At least the Buzzies, who did worse than you this season, actually made it through qualifiers. If you don't turn things around quickly, we may need to consider season 4 a fluke. Sounds awfully like a certain other team. Yeah, I have no hopes for you next season. Golem, cover your ears. Okay, but this team, they exist. They live up to my Discord name better than any other team. Getting 11th place twice in a row in the main league is literally the definition of mid. Overall, your season was a tad bit better than season 4, with 3 medals instead of 1, and a solid performance in the second half. You were once the shakiest team ever. You won the MMG Season 3 B-League with 4 gold, and you haven't even paid a brainsel of attention to that color ever since. Maybe consider that, and you could be a real threat next season. Or you could go for another B-League trip, because that may be for the better at this point. Speaking of teams that can't even spell the word gold, after winning the most gold in Season 4, you now won the most silvers in Season 5. Which would be a great thing if 4 of those werewolf scarecrows were accompanied by a gold or 2. Instead, it was just by 1 bronze and a bunch of inconsistencies to leave you in 6th. But overall, this is a solid 2nd place defending season, and you have established yourself as one of the better teams in the league. Now take that opportunity and go kick some ass next season. There's really not much else to say about you pillagers. Pride Month couldn't have happened a bit sooner for them. At least, not for Yellow Swirl and Distance Drag. That poor finish cost you perfect attendance, and made your manager sucking your dick briefly the best part of you. But then you reminded everyone that you're still the Rainbow Swirls, and had a pretty solid performance rounding out in 8th. It wasn't an extraordinary performance, and I imagine losing to the mud puddle things, but at least you're going to qualifiers next year. A place you tend to be really good at when Yellow Swirl isn't there. You may or may not need to consider holding off on using them next time. Now this is the real business. The Reptile Ravage have cemented themselves as one of the best teams in the league with a champion status now, and also one of the world's best mermaid marble teams. With 6 finishes in the top 2 and 205 points, you now hold the record for MMG's best 16 event season and the best points per event in any MMG season. And with Grand Garden's 8th this season, you are the only MMG team to finish top 7 in every single one of their appearances. The fact that you failed to qualify for Season 2 was nothing but a fluke, and you've done more than enough to prove me that. And with your championship, of course, comes auto-qualification. Let's hope you don't end the same way as a certain other champion. The Titanic only sank down 3.8 kilometers, but you've sank down as far as 2 whole seasons, which equals to, I don't know. But what I do know is that you need to get to change, and you need to do it fast. Season 3 was a fluke. You haven't even been able to touch any form of medal since event 19 of Season 3. You were set up to podium overall and needed anything higher than 14th. But what did you do? You got last. And what did the Mud Puddles do? They won a silver, so you slip off the podium en route to a dead last in the B-League, and now 15th. And beating the Galaxy's guys and almost doubling your 25 points from Season 4 isn't the flex you think it is. I don't know what kind of iceberg you hit, but that iceberg sure as hell isn't done with you yet. All you can hope is to turn it around, but you being you, it's not gonna happen, is it? Now I know what the sinkers hit. You've picked up all the debris that the sinkers knocked off of you in the last 2 seasons, and being a whole creature lets you take 2nd place overall in the B-League with 3 medals in a row. Considering neither of them were gold, you did a masterful job this season. You haven't been in the main league since Season 2, but let's remind everyone you have a 100% top half rate there. You could either become the Flying Colors or become, I don't know, yourself again. Whether they make it in or not, I keep a bit more of an eye on them. If the Snowflake Squad will make it, we could have some serious business going on over there. Or they will melt. It's the Snowflake Squad after all. You also, in fact, exist. You did a great job following the trend of a B-League winner, always qualifying in next year's A-League and doing mid. The B-League winners have now gone 9th, 11th, and 10th in that order in the seasons following their wins, so thanks for writing out that pattern, Shockers. Other than that, you are possibly this year's least relevant main league team. Sparking carried you in 2 of the fun events to make sure you didn't end medalist, but there were some other solid finishes in there too. For a first main league season, this could have definitely gotten worse for you. Other than that, yeah, you are not relevant whatsoever. Huh, pathetic. The fact that this team exists is one thing. The fact that a 10th in the B League is their best finish by far is something completely different. This season they reminded everyone that they are in fact Team Blueberry because they roll like actual blueberries, going back to your ways of medalists and 14th in the B League. This is the second time in your career you didn't finish dead last, and hence your second best season overall. This team is one of MMG's most famous, and it's not for good reason. They are truly atrocious. And I don't know what a silly blue possum is gonna do to you, but Maple becoming a fan of you is the best thing that has ever happened to you. No matter what you do next season, you'll be laughed at no matter what. If you win a medal next season, it'll be a video released on opposite day. Whatever step you take, it will, once again, be the wrong one. See you. Never. I'm not too sure where to stand on this team. They're literally never predictable, but also never bad. You haven't had a season like Season 2, but you aren't a bad team either. Despite only 2 medals in the season, you had some great consistency to finish above 4 teams that had more medals than you. And lo and behold, both of your medals were in strength events. I did not know Songbirds were that muscular. Next season, maybe focus on a little bit more than just that, but for a return in the main league, 7th is a very respectable finish. Good luck in qualifiers. Your performances across all qualifiers basically resemble your career as a whole. Unpredictable. We're red! I can literally prove it to you right now. And I'm low-key concerned at myself, because this should not be the first thing I say about a team that technically won the B League. But when there's colorblind people everywhere, I have no choice. Your season was very solid, especially at the start where you got a gold and silver back-to-back. In general, this is a very underrated team, with now 2 overall podiums and not a single bottom 4 overall finish in their careers. It took you perfect attendance to get this championship, but knowing you're just going to qualify next season again, and I just jinxed them. Damn it. Well, let's see about that. But either way, congratulations on your victory. Buddies, what the hell have you guys been doing? Since your overall silver in Season 3, you have not seen the combination of the world's top, half, and overall. And now you decide to just suck and put up a 13th place finish. With only 1 silver to speak of in the early stages of the season, you are never going to make it as a team this season anyway. You'll place either 9th or 10th in 3 of your seasons, and this is one out of the ordinary and not in a good way. And yet some of you still have perfect attendance, while the Reptile Rampage and Prismarine Pillagers don't? I don't understand this world we are living in. You might need to give up your perfect attendance next season and make room for better teams. I said better teams. You guys had to get my hopes up by way of getting 6 straight top half finishes to start the season, including 2 bronzes. I had hoped that this rebate might have done you some great favor, and that you could compete with the top teams. But you decided having 2 translucent red at the top was too many, and proceeded to only get 1 more bronze throughout the season, and literally only 2 top half finishes outside of that, somehow slipping you to 12th. And yet this is still your second best season because of the disaster of Season 2 and Season 3. I have faith in you this time. Not gonna make that same mistake again. I briefly forgot that you are in fact the former Freaky Fireballs. And it seems like someone cut a wire in the second half, because this was the comeback of the tournament. From being last after 3 events and 13th after 9, you guys proceeded to get 3 golds and 7 events to rally all the way up to 4th. Volt got 3 golds and 7 events. You guys just got carried so hard, with Volt being the only marble in existence to get 3 individual golds in 1 season. Not only was it in 1 season, it was in 1 season half. This is how you pull off being captain. Yeah, you got 1 silver outside of that, but in the team events, you could not be bothered. But hey, the Gladiators are hosting next season, meaning that you're bailed out of the 4th place curse, and you're auto-qualified. I hate to have an anticlimactic end, but alphabetical order go brr. Yeah, only ending on a mediocre team that had a pretty okay season isn't the best choice of mine, but considering my past is also far from the worst. You got 2 medals with the Golden Collision and Myth both getting you a 2nd and denying you a 3rd one. Overall, this is one of your better seasons after your 13th and last season's main league. Still don't got high hopes for you in the qualifiers. You don't tend to be very good at it. Friendly reminding everyone here that there were once Team Ice Cream. That sounds a lot worse, doesn't it? Anyway, that is everyone. I hope you enjoyed this Wait, what? There's another team left?
No, 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 no.
If there is anything up in the skies, it is failure for you. You are now officially in the same realm as Team Blueberry, getting dead last twice in a row and in both leagues. You really want to make them look competent? You are one of 2 teams that lost to them. 4 straight events for you were equal to 4 of the 1 Sapphire Squad enthusiast's children. You did worse than the Boulders last season in the B League, who got 15th with 2 less events. You're performing like you just crashed down from space and then immediately decided to compete. At least that's what I would say, but whatever the hell you did this season can barely even be considered competing at all. Good luck in the future, Skies. But except nope. You are the most hated MMG team. You may as well get out of here. Why do you still exist? Make room for better teams, even within the B League, since I know anyone, and I mean anyone, can do better than whatever this crapshoot was. Anyway, now that is every team. Thank you for watching this recap. I hope you have enjoyed it. The individual marble expedition is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep on spinning.